Have you ever noticed how horror in Asia feels different from horror in the West? It's not just your imagination, there's actually a big reason behind it. A difference rooted in centuries of culture, belief, and storytelling. It's a divergence that is much more profound than you might think, shaping not just the monsters on screen, but the very nature of fear itself. In Asia, ghost stories are deeply tied to spiritual beliefs, often blending seamlessly with concepts like reincarnation, karma, and ancestral veneration. The supernatural isn't always an external invader. It's frequently an extension of the natural world, a consequence of actions taken in life. A spirit might be bound to a place not by a curse, but by a lingering emotional attachment or an unresolved duty. Think of the Japanese Yurei or the Thai. Their existence is woven into the fabric of folklore and religion, serving as cautionary tales about how one should live their life and treat others. The horror isn't about a foreign evil, but about a spiritual imbalance that has dire, tangible consequences in our world. In the West, horror is more about demons, monsters, or haunted places. Good versus evil is often the main theme, a clear-cut battle with definitive sides. The mythology is heavily influenced by Judeo-Christian theology, where demonic entities represent a fundamental opposition to divine good. Figures like Satan, malevolent spirits, and possessed individuals are antagonists in a cosmic war. The horror in films like Asterisk, The Exorcist Asterisk, or Asterisk, The Conjuring Asterisk, stems from the terrifying idea that a pure, external evil can invade our homes, our bodies, and our souls. The conflict is a moral one, a struggle for salvation against a force that seeks only corruption and destruction. The lines are drawn, and the goal is to cast the darkness out. Asian horror often focuses on emotions, sadness, regret, or unfinished business. The ghosts you see have a story, and it's usually tragic. The spectral figures in films like Asterisk the Ring Asterisk or Asterisk Juan, the Grudge Asterisk are eon evil for the sake of being evil. They are products of immense suffering, their rage and sorrow so powerful that it stains the physical world long after their death. Their haunting is a desperate, terrifying cry for justice or acknowledgement. The fear here is empathetic. You are not just scared of the ghost. You are disturbed by the depth of its pain. The horror is an emotional contagion, a sorrow so potent it becomes a curse, passed from one victim to the next, trapping you in a cycle of despair. Western horror, it's usually fast, loud, and action-packed. Think zombies, vampires, or cursed objects. It's more about surviving the scare than feeling it. The narrative drive is often centered on a physical threat that must be outrun, outsmarted, or destroyed. The slasher in an Asterisk Halloween Asterisk film, or the relentless zombies in Asterisk The Walking Dead Asterisk, are external obstacles. They represent a primal fear of death and bodily harm. The story becomes a thrilling, high-stakes game of survival, where the protagonists must fight, hide, and endure. While there can be emotional depth, the primary focus is on the adrenaline of the chase and the visceral terror of being hunted by an unstoppable force. Another difference is the style. Asian stories are slow, atmospheric, and psychologically you feel the tension building, often in the silence between sounds or in the corner of your eye. The horror is patient. It relies on creating an unshakable sense of dread, where the environment itself feels hostile and the most mundane objects can become terrifying. Long, static shots, an unnerving, quiet, and a gradual reveal are hallmarks of this style. It aims to get under your skin and stay there, making you question what is real and what is imagined. Long after the credits roll, the true terror is the creeping certainty that something is profoundly wrong. By contrast, Western stories are often more about jump scares, chaos, and dramatic fights with monsters. The horror is delivered in sharp, explosive bursts designed to make you leap from your seat. The monster reveals itself in a sudden, shocking moment, accompanied by a loud musical sting. The pacing is relentless, moving from one set piece to another, culminating in a climactic, often violent, confrontation. It's a sensory assault designed to overwhelm and startle the audience. So even though both are scary, they scare you in completely different ways. One through a lingering psychological chill, the other through a heart-pounding physical jolt. So the next time you watch a horror film, pay attention to how it frightens you. Is it the sorrowful spirit with a story to tell, or the monstrous beast that wants to tear you apart? Which type of horror do you prefer, genre, ghosts, or Western monsters?